Did Alaska Congressman Don Young kill a guy? Now that is, on its face, a ridiculous question. I'm asking it in complete jest, but for a reason. First, let me explain. Congressman Young has been called a colorful figure. He's the guy who brandished a walrus penis bone, also known as an usik, at a committee hearing. He's the guy making goofy, unrelated gestures as a fellow congressman was trying to pay tribute to a dead soldier on the House floor. And just this summer, he was caught on tape by an NBC News producer, Frank Thorpe, twisting the arm of some poor Hill staffer.
Congressman Young was caught by our own producer, Frank Thorpe, grabbing the arm of a congressional staffer like he was a misbehaving 3-year-old in the checkout line. The staffer was trying to keep him from entering a meeting through the wrong door. The veteran congressman ranks 4th in the House. He has apologized.
Congressman Young, who has been Alaska's one and only representative for 4 decades, is up for re-election and does have a challenger, Democrat Forrest Dunbar, who will join me in a moment. The two got into a disagreement just before a debate at the beginning of October. Dunbar described it like this. He freaked out. There is no other way to describe it. He kind of snarled at me and said, "Don't you ever touch me. Don't ever touch me. The last guy who touched me ended up on the ground dead." Now, the most generous interpretation of that incident is that it's braggadocio and hyperbole from someone who's angry in the heat of the moment. Or perhaps that those who cross Don Young tend to get unlucky and struck by lightning or collapse of, say, a heart attack. The most literal reading of it is that Don Young was threatening to kill Forrest Dunbar if he touched him again and had already killed someone who had done that in the past. So the blessedly literal-minded reporters at CQ Roll Call decided to ask about that comment, whether the last person to touch him really did end up dead. The congressman's response, there's some truth to that. So, wait, what? As Roll Call points out, it's unclear if he was suggesting there was some truth to what Dunbar said, Young said, or more hair-raisingly, if there was some truth to someone ending up dead. And if so, under what circumstances? Roll Call says that Young didn't elaborate. Just to do our due diligence, we checked on the present condition of that Hill staffer Young grabbed this summer, David Smentek, who is a policy advisor for the House Republican Conference under Chair Cathy McMorris Rodgers of Washington. We have confirmed, as of this hour, that Mr. Smentek is alive and well. And joining me now from Sitka, Alaska, is Forrest Dunbar. Mr. Dunbar, can you tell me what exactly happened between the two of you before you're going to take the stage in that debate that got him so angry?
It was basically how it was described in the newspaper. It started out, he had said something about me not being from my hometown of Cordova. And so I was puzzled by that. He said he had me looked into. So I went up to him and I sort of lightly touched him on the arm and asked what he meant by that. And then he did what you described earlier. So
Congressman Young has a kind of reputation for this. He's got a reputation for all kinds of sort of acting out that in other circumstances would probably get that politician into trouble. But the voters of Alaska seem to love the guy. What is it going to take? What is your case against him to get him voted out?
Well, there was a time when Congressman Young was very powerful and effective. He was the chair of the Natural Resources Committee. He was the chair of the Transportation Committee. So he could do these kind of things and sort of get away with it. And we forgave him because he still brought home a lot of resources and projects for the state. But that all ended in 2008 with his ethics violations. And around about that time, he lost a lot of his formal power. So our message is letting people know that it really is counterproductive now. This is not beneficial for the state. He's sort of speaking loudly and carrying a small stick.
Do you think he actually killed the guy that touched him?
No. I'm an attorney, and if I was defending Don Young, I would use the defense of delusion. I would say he's giving a false confession, and I would win that case.
Mr. Forrest Dunbar, who is running against Don Young to be the at-large congressman from the great big old state of Alaska. Pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, happy Alaska Day. It's tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
We should note we reached out to Congressman Don Young, and we did not hear back.